Can this charge devices while purifying the air in your car? Let's have a look. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at car chargers. Specifically, I'm looking at this. This is the Yontex car air purifier and smart charger. So let's start with the charging part, because that's easy. It's 2 smart USB plugs, and it's up to 3.1 amps total. So if you're charging one thing, you can get a quick charge out of it. If you're charging 2, it's a typical charger, but 2, not bad. Of course, what makes this interesting is the air purifier. And what the company says is that it removes smokes and bad smells, but it does it with negative ions. So there's a lot of research that says maybe this works, and there's research that says maybe that's actually a bunch of hooey and it doesn't work at all. So the question is, does this actually help? And the answer is, I couldn't really tell. I had it in my car and I ran it, but no one smokes. We don't eat vast amounts of garlic. You know, it was hard for us to actually test this thing. But my suspicion is that I gotta be skeptical. So there's no moving air or anything. There are things on the end here that make it look like maybe there's air circulating. And when you look on their Amazon page, it looks like there's air circulating, but there's not. There's no fan or anything. What they do produce is they say 5.6 million negative ions per cubic centimeter. I don't know how they come up with that. I don't know how that works. If ionizing actually works to clear the air, then what it does is it makes things heavier so they fall to the floor, which means, I assume, as soon as you kick your feet or move anything around or even turn on the air conditioning to circulate the air, then you have things coming up again. It definitely, no ionizer can remove dust from the environment or any pollens or anything, because they're not actually like a HEPA filter. It's a very different sort of approach. So, you know, I'm not sure what to say about this. The company insists it can remove smoke from the air, but even just reading the science, I don't know how that would be the case. I didn't test it, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But again, this is a negative ionizer and car charger. So does it work? Well, you know, on Amazon, some people say yes and other people say no. So maybe you need a big grain of salt here. On the other hand, even if you just use it as a USB charger, it's kind of neat and it's a good value for the money. One of the things it does, as you can see here in this little video snippet, is it shows you the actual voltage of your accessory plug, also known as the cigarette plug. And that's nice to know, because it should be between 12 and 24. If you're seeing something less than 12, then you probably have a battery problem in your car. And more than 24, and you should pull this thing out immediately, because it's not rated for anything that high. Now, the other thing is, notice here, when I push this all the way into the jack here in the car, it actually pulls back out a little bit. So the way they designed this, maybe the spring's a little too tight or something, but it doesn't actually stay all the way in. Now, as you can see in my car, it still worked fine, and I still had voltage shown, which means that it still worked and I could still charge devices. But, you know, that can be rather frustrating, because when you push something into one of those accessory plugs, you want it to just sit in there. So I'm kind of on the fence about this. You know, for the price, it's not a bad dual USB charger, but if you're buying this thinking it's going to do miracles for your air quality, I'm not convinced that's going to be the case. Your mileage may vary. So now, before I tell you the price and wrap this up, let me ask if you can click on that subscribe button. Really appreciate when you subscribe, and if this is useful, then give me a thumbs up too. Always appreciated. So, Yontex car air purifier and smart charger. If you want to check it out at Amazon, it will cost you $18.99, and they do have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you could get it. You could try it for a week and let me know how it goes. So, if you get one and it works for you, leave a comment. That'd be super interesting to know. So, this is Dave Taylor. I'm going to try putting this back in my car, and that means I'll catch you in my next video.